Hello, good morning, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome to the Northern California channel where gardening is made easy. So today we will talk about how to winterize Thai basil plant. You have seen the Thai basil plant. So I planted that in spring of this year, 2022. It's been about 4 or 5 months now, and as you see here, just only two plants. This is small plants I planted. This has grown tremendously actually. So, so the winter is coming now. It's almost third week of October, and the fall is going to kick in, and the plant is not going to do so good during fall. So these plants are like Thai basil is supposed to be a perennial plant, so we can continue to grow this for several seasons, and but it does like only warm temperatures, and it will die if the cold temperatures, or if the temperature goes below 33, it will injure and fully severely die. So what I'm going to show you today is how to protect them for winter, and then grow it for the next season also, because they're healthy growing plants, and you don't want to lose them, and you don't want to be throwing them away, so you can continue to grow them in the next season also, right? Healthy growing plants, that's what I'm going to show today. So I have some videos about how to overwinter your some of your pepper plants and eggplants. So yeah, you can browse through my channel and look for those videos. This concept's the same. So if you understand one of these, you should be able to apply for everything. And feel free to browse through my channel. And please do subscribe to my channel and click like button. We'll go to the next step now. So first thing what I'll do is, I have too many branches here. So I'm going to cut back, and I'm going to leave only few leaves, and I'm going to keep some key branches, right? So I'm going to cut it off and save all these Thai basil for cooking for the next 1 month or so. These are plenty for it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, step by step. So please stay tuned. So the next step I'm going to do is, I'm going to take a sharp clippers, and they have to be cleaned in hydrogen peroxide, because the clippers cannot have any any bacteria or anything that will infect the plant, and we need to have a clean cut. So take sharp clippers and clip them off. And what you do is, you basically look at so some branches, and then I'm going to go make some clean cuts. Right, I'm going to show you how it looks after the cut is happened. So so what I'm doing here is, right, as you see here, so this is the branches coming from the bottom, and what I'll do is, I'll make the cuts. The one which is coming in the lower, you see the lower ones right there. So I'm going to snap off those. Right, I don't want the one which is coming from the bottom, because it's not going to give you the right sunlight. It's hiding in the bottom, not going to get the nutrition. So I'm going to leave 3 or 4 branches, the thick ones, good branches, and I'm going to cut everything else. So I've already started trimming, and let me show you once I complete it, how it looks. Alright, so basically cut down most of the branches. Let's see, take a look at it this side. So basically what I've done is I've cut off all the branches, and I got quite a few here, lots of them. And so what I'm going to do now is basically remove all those small branches, and I'm going to keep the big ones, right, the thick ones right here. It's got a growth, and then this one is a big one I'm going to keep, and this one I'm going to keep, but I'm going to remove all those small ones, right? And the one especially that is coming from the bottom, actually the small ones, I'm going to remove it. Okay, alright, so I have made all the cuts for this plant and already pruned it enough. So basically, if you see all these dry twigs and all that, right, so the one which is dry twigs, just remove them. So the idea is for the plant to kind of go into dormancy, and you don't want to be growing in winter. If you have a lot of leaves, they'll start trying to kind of grow. That's not what you want. You want them to kind of be in winter in a safe zone, and with protecting it from the cold weather. And what you want to do is, you want the roots to kind of absorb all the nutrients, whatever the compost and fertilizer that you're going to throw in there in your pot, and get ready for the next spring. And that's all. That's the whole goal of this plant. And so I just left some leaves so that it still stays alive, and most of the things is going to be on the roots, and you want to keep the roots healthy and the plant healthy for the winter. I mean, that's the whole idea. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now I've removed all the mulch underneath right here. I remove all the mulch nearby, and then I'm going to take my a scraper that I have, and I'm going to put some pressure so that the roots are kind of loosening up, right? So you want to take it out as much as roots as possible. So this is the one I'm going to use to kind of push it inside, and then I'm going to loosen up the soil so that I can remove the plant easily. There you go. There you go. I was able to take it out, and I had to kind of shake it a bit. It's beautiful, healthy roots. Lots of roots in the plant. And all I need to do is basically save it for the winter and plant this nice plant back into my raised garden bed outside next winter. So let's see how to put it back in your in my pot. So I did harvest some good leaves here, Thai basil leaves, that I can use it for the rest of the season. It's a lot more than I want. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in a plastic bag, and I'm going to save it in the fridge so that I can use it. Okay, so here's the pot I have, and I do have some good soil in this. So I was using this soil for planting some other plants. So I'm going to use this soil. It's a nice soil. It's got a compost, and it's got some sand, and it's got some topsoil, and it also has some perlite actually, so that it kind of drains well, and it has got some eggshells and all that I put it a while back. So I saved this soil, and I'm going to use the soil, and I'm going to plant it, and then I have some more soil. I'm going to just fill it in, and what I'm going to do is after that I'm going to add a bit of fertilizer. So if you have compost, it's good, and you can add some fertilizer and compost, and then water it thoroughly. Right, here you go. So I basically put our plant in there so that all the roots go inside, and put it in a pot, nice pot, and then filled in the soil. And I've also put some fertilizer. The reason for the fertilizer is so it's gone through a lot of heavy pruning, and you want to make sure that it is getting some nutrients, compost or something on top of it. And the other important thing is you have to water it thoroughly, because you don't want the roots to kind of get dried out. The roots gets dried out, the plant will die. So immediately after you put it in the pot, immediately water it. And the way I would suggest watering is fill through the brim and then let all the water drain out, and then again fill it, right? Because that way, if there are any parts of the soil which does not have the water will percolate, and then it will make sure that the roots are nicely drenched. The other thing you can do is you can also put it in the water, in a bucket of water, and then you can plant it in there, so that the plants are happy, because the roots have water now. And what you do is now once it's done, you basically need to kind of save it in a nice and shady location. So I'm going to throw in some water now. You get a nice one like this, right? The water should not be coming with too much pressure, but what happens, it will compact the soil. So always the water flows with less pressure is always good. And so what I'll do is I'll kind of put the water there. It's kind of flowing through the brim. I'm going to let the water kind of drain in, and then fill some more, so that the entire soil gets drenched, and then get some good water into the roots. I'm going to keep it here in the sun for some time until the water fully drains. And it's also a good idea, when the sun sets, you can also spray some neem oil, so that it doesn't get infected. putting some neem oil along with the soap. I have some videos on how to do it. It's a good disinfectant of the plant. It's an organic method of keeping the plant safe from any bugs or pesticides. And before you store it in the winter, just spray some of the neem oil along with the soap, and then kind of store it in a nice location that protects from the winter. Let me show you how I have done it for the other plants. So here's what I've done for my pepper plants and for my eggplants. So I basically did the same thing what I just showed you, and then I saved it in the nice location. So I'm located in the zone 9B. So this place is still open, and so I'm expecting it. If there's really cold, then I'll put some cardboard or something and then kind of protect this area. So if you are located in like more like a zone 9, zone 6, or zone 8 or 7, where the weather is really cold, I would really suggest you to kind of put it indoors. And if you're living in a location which is the weather is going to be always warm and above 50°F, you don't have to do this. It's only required when the weather hits less than 45 or 40 in the late night temperatures, which will kill the plants, right? Alright, so that's all it is today, folks. And you see here, I basically put some mulch in this. I need to put the mulch. Mulch will also give some warmth to the roots and protect the roots also from the hard winter. It's always good to put some mulch in there. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you learned something from this video. Please do click the like button, and if you find this useful, I will keep updating some of these videos. And so please do click subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.